Hey there guys, it's Joe with homesteadonomics again, and not quite the same place you're used to seeing me. I'm not outside, I'm not in the garden, not in the garage building something or getting into trouble. Believe it or not, my wife lets me come indoors sometimes. It's usually to get cleaned up, and I have to get cleaned up for my job. What I wanted to talk about today is shaving. Obviously a pretty apparent talk for guys, but this is applicable for ladies as well. And it's basically, I'll talk about my transition from using cartridge razors, like these little guys, these really expensive cartridge packs that you can buy. I'm not going to downplay them or say they don't work, because they do work. But what I found through traditional shaving, also known as wet shaving, or shaving like grandpa, with a shaving mug and a shaving brush and a traditional razor, traditional safety razor, or a straight razor, is that I get a fantastic shave, I save money, and believe it or not, it's an enjoyable experience. I used to get tons of ingrown hairs using cartridge razors, but on top of that, the money savings alone, I don't have the thickest beard in the world, but I don't have the thinnest one, and I would go through 2, 3, 4 of these little cartridges a month, just but before they would get dull and start really pulling on my hair. And these packs, if I remember right, I think they were like 30 to 50 bucks at Costco. These happen to be, these are my wife's. Like I said, I haven't been using these for 2 to 2.5 years. But that's just a huge expense, not including the shaving goo that you get in a can, or, some people call it a cream. I found that using a good shaving soap, or a good shaving cream, nothing out of a can. I find cans don't really lubricate the hair enough to be cut very well. But I found that I've saved money, I get a better shave, and overall just a better enjoyment. And there's actually a trend among ladies getting some of these traditional shaving techniques, using a brush and a cream or a soap to shave their legs. For instance, this is a tub of Pro Rosso. It's basically empty now, but this lasted me over 2 years. One tub of Pro Rosso that cost me about $9. In 2 years, I would have gone through several, 10, 15, 20 cans. Maybe not 20, but I would have gone through a lot more cans of the aerosol foam. And I can almost assure you it'd be more than $9. And I also, but the big thing is I would have gone through a ton of these guys. Well, I'll show you a little bit of what I use. I've got a vintage razor. This is currently my favorite safety razor, but I've got a newer, traditional style, but a newer one as well. Some straights, and I'll show you kind of my brushes and different things like that. This isn't exactly everything you need. I've seen guys shave with bar soap, a really cheap double-edged safety razor, and that's pretty much it. No aftershave, and they get a great shave. I like having a little bit better soap. Oh, another thing you'll need is blades. These are feathers. Feathers, maybe not the most fancy blade, probably towards the higher end. As far as probably what most people would consider. But I like them. They work for me. I've got a friend who uses derbies. Derbies probably aren't the cheapest out there, but they're certainly not a real fancy blade. And he gets like, I think 100 of them for, I want to say $7, $8, $9. And he can shave for years on those hundreds. I got a 2-year supply of these feathers based on how fast I go through them. For about $12.50 on Amazon. So that's 2 years versus, spending $30 to $50 every 6 months on these guys. Like I said, I'm not downplaying them. They work great for some people. It's almost impossible to really cut yourself bad with those. whereas the traditional safety razors, you have to use a little more finesse. But I used to always get ingrown hairs with these. So let me point the camera down and I'll kind of show you what I'm talking about, some of these razors. Okay guys, on to the razors, or on to the equipment. I'll just give you a quick little show of those. There's that straight razor from Larry at Whipped Dog. He does, I believe, safety razors and straights. Shaved with this only a couple, 2-3 times, just because my techniques of honing and stropping aren't quite there. This is a one I got for $8 off of Amazon. Takes half of a double-edged blade you insert right there, but it's a good trainer if you want to eventually learn how to do straight razor shaving, and this is one I'm kind of playing with a lot now. Here's the first guy I ever showed, or I ever started shaving with. It's a 3-piece razor. This just unscrews. These 2 pieces come apart. You put your razor there, put it there, and put your handle back on. This was an Edwin Jaeger DE89. Fantastic shaver. Again, I shaved with this for almost 2.5 years. And now, just because I kind of like the novelty of it, I'm shaving with this guy. Is a vintage Gillette twist to open. So you twist it here, get those silo doors opening, and your blade is in there. And I'm so impressed with this thing. I still can't believe that this thing's over 60 years old, still shaving, never been reworked or replated. As you can tell, the chrome's not quite what it used to be, but it's just a wonderful razor, and I'll show you how a little shave with this later. That I still use it and it's still great. Obviously you'll need your double-edged blades with those. For brushes, you basically have 2 choices. You can go Badger, and Badgers like this guy are a little bit more expensive, but they'll be a little softer, and some people think they develop a lather a little bit better. A boar brush like this guy, this is a Samog. I think that Badger was a Parker. This guy I just got for a little over $10. And he's a little stiffer, but sometimes it feels like he gets under the whiskers and softens it up a little bit more with the cream. The Badger probably develops the lather just a tad better. You can use an old coffee cup just to soak a brush or to develop a lather in the mug. As for soaps, this was my first Pro Rosso. This just comes in a tub, and like I said, this thing lasted me over 2 years on one tub that was $9. And just it has a great smell. Just a good soap overall. What I've been using now though is Synergy shaving soaps. Douglas Smythe makes these, and wow, the performance of these are really good. There's also a ton of creams out there. Taylor of Old Bond, Colonel Conk. I could name 100 others, but the shaving world is really making a comeback. I should say the traditional shaving world is making a comeback. But anyway, this is a fantastic soap. I'll probably use this today. And that's pretty much it. So let me get a quick shave on and kind of show you how it works. Okay, well, that's about it. I kind of showed you the stuff. I'll do a quick shave just so you can kind of see how it works. I've got my boar brush soaking, just some warm water. I splashed a little bit of warm water on my face. Just to kind of pre-hydrate the hairs. I did want to do a quick plug. There's a lot of information you can find out at shaving forums. I don't always get on the forums, but I tend to be a huge podcast guy, and I wanted to throw a quick plug for my friend Rick DeWeese at the BrushNsoapNblade Podcast. I believe he was the first podcast on wet shaving or traditional shaving. Anyway, really great voice. If you like podcasts, something good to listen to when you're working on a project or in the garden or something like that. So anyway, I've got my boar brush soaking. It's warm, and I'll hit up this soap and just do a quick little lather. Like I said, the Synergy shaving soap, really fantastic. I can actually get a much better lather with that Badger brush. But I really like kind of the way this boar brush works. So, if this isn't the biggest lather you've ever seen, don't knock Synergy for it, because it's my choice to do this. Just gonna get my my hair's whiskers just a little bit wet before I apply this. And I'm just gonna do a quick face lather. Like I said, there's guys that do a hand, or I mean they use bar soap just with their hands. I like using this. I don't know, maybe it's a little frou-frou. But you know, these brushes last for years and years. The soap, depending on what you're doing. This is Geo Fat Boy's technique. You might see him on YouTube. He's one of the bigger guys. Anyway, I just did this real quick, and you'll see if I keep working this, this lather just gets thick, thick, thick. But for the purposes of this, I'm just going to leave it as is. And I got my traditional Gillette safety razor, and we'll see how it works. Basically, you want to let the razor do the work, as opposed to a cartridge razor where you can basically push as hard as you want. So you'll see I'm making small passes, and really that's all you need to do. I usually do just one pass, and I might do some touch up. I don't know if you can hear that on the camera, but it's doing the whiskers. You'll see I'm going different directions here. The only reason for that is my hair in this area grows in a weird pattern. Pretty much everything else is going to be straight down. Straight down and really, really easy. I did want to say there's also another soap some people get a lot of great results from, and it's Williams. I think it costs $1, sometimes 89 cents. It's like a 100-year-old soap. I've never tried it. I've heard of a lot of people getting great results. There's another guy on YouTube. His name is Nick Shrout or Shroot. He goes by the term Nick Shaves. He's got a lot of great videos. If you want to, he does reviews on a ton of these things. Obviously, this isn't really my niche, but I just kind of wanted to show you a good money-saving tip. And you know, I'm really taking my time doing this. If I'm getting ready to go to work in the morning, I can have this done very quickly. 3 to 5 minutes, maybe not as quick as your traditional cartridge razor. But quick nonetheless. So I probably won't show you all my touch-up stuff because I'm not really into making hour-long videos. But just so you can see, it's really easy, and I'm shaving with a $10 60-year-old razor that still works. And not only just works, it works very well. So that's pretty much it. I'll do a little bit of touch-up. You just kind of rinse off. I'll do a little bit of touch-up, but as you can see, really, really easy. You know, I can do an aftershave now. Just anything really, but You know, something to consider if you have to shave, whether, even if, you know, even if you're a female, most females shave their legs. Not going to judge you if you don't, but this is something you can save money, especially over the long run. Once you have your main items kind of purchased, all you're really doing is supplying the soap and a blade. And in the case of a straight razor, you don't even supply the blade, you just have to supply the care of the blade. But that's pretty much it. So anyway, thanks for watching, guys. I hope having a video this long wasn't too boring. I've got lots of other good projects that I have lots of footage in. I just haven't finished them yet. So anyway, thanks for watching, and I'll talk to you guys later.